Hey yo, it's another episode of Rap and Dough. I'm your host Don Bucks, and this is the Home of Money Conversations. So today, got a special guest, goes by the name of Rafaniel, aka the Big Stamper, and he's gonna put us up on the notary game. All right, so without further ado, I'm about to bring him to the stage. All right, so
Let's get it started.
Big Stamper, what's happening?
Yeah, it's
Hey yo,
all
I'm fucking with that name, Big Stamper. I'm fucking with that name. Um, for the people, give the people a little background on yourself and what you do.
Well, first of all, brother, I super appreciate you for having me on today. I've been trying my best to lock in with everybody in the mastermind. So you definitely somebody I definitely want to be sit down with because I've been paying attention to you, how you moving on social media and everything. So it's like it's a must that we tap
Word,
in. But
word.
pretty much,
Appreciate that.
my background, my background is pretty much similar to everybody else's, man. Just a young black man trying to make it American, man.
That's a
Man,
fact.
I'm actually in the notary game, man. I've been in the notary industry for about 4 years now. Prior to that, bro, I was doing security. I was a security guard for 6 years, right? So prior to that, I went to school to get my A degree in criminal justice because at the time my stepdad was in prison. And he will always hit me up and be like, yo, you should look into getting into corrections because they don't do shit. They just sitting around just watching us all day. Like,
They
all right,
definitely
man.
don't.
No, they just sitting around just watching, just making sure everything runs smoothly, ain't no issues or whatnot. So I'm like, all right, that sounds like something I can do. So I went to school for that, man. Got my A degree in criminal justice. I'm thinking like, all right, so the next step is I'm about to go on CDCR, whether I'm working for the jail, whatever. That's just what the move was. Man, I went through the process, went through the background, went through the physical, but it just didn't end up going in my favor. On top of that, they want you to cut all this off. And I'm not the type of person where you can tell me how my face should look. That's just not how I'm rocking, right? So, make a long story short, it didn't end up going in my favor. I ended up going into security. At the time when I was going to Kaplan College, they had like a job placement where they help the students get a job once you graduate and everything, so you can get on your feet, make sure you got some money in your pockets. So I started out doing
Right.
event security. So I was working at the 49er football games, college football games, little concerts, all that stuff.
Oh, you were security.
Oh yeah. I was like out there for real, dealing with the drunks, dealing with the badass kids. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever issues it was, I was dealing with it. And so from there, I transitioned into working in the mental health facility in the healthcare field. And that's like I can write a whole book about my experience working in there, bro. Just
Yeah.
that was like my first time where I was like up and close and personal, seeing what people was really dealing with, like schizophrenia, schizoaffective, dealing with people with PTSD, people drug addicts as well. People, if you already are dealing with mental health issues and you using math, using all that stuff to compound on top of that,
Right.
man,
Right.
that was a story in itself. So, making a long story short again, because I keep saying that, right? So, in my last year, I was working with Blue Diamond Growers. I was working in the food defense industry, working security, and the highlight of my day really was just watching badges, watching cameras, and doing golf patrols and taking pictures of trash on the ground. Just really impactful, fulfilling work. So, bro, I was like, bro, I'm tired of this, bro. I can't be doing this. And the people I was working around gentlemen that was older than me, and they didn't know when they was gonna retire. I was like, shit, that can't be me. So I knew my mom was a notary public before. She'd already been working in the government for over 20 years. So I was on graveyard shift one night. I was like, man, let me do some research. Let me see how much notaries make just on a part-time basis or independently. So, man, I did the research. I don't know how accurate the source was, but when I seen they made $50,000 a year, I said, all right, I'm already making about 45,000 a year, and I can do this independently? Yeah, sign me up. So I did the training, did the training all on my own graveyard shift because I had no responsibilities and nothing during that whole time. As soon as I got out of work, took the exam, found out I passed out the same day, and bro, I haven't looked back since. And then I left my job. I left the job in 2018, September 3rd, 2018. Left, bro. I ain't never looked back, and I just been doing the notary work ever since.
That's dope because it's a lot of people in their jobs that's not really fulfilled. I wasn't fulfilled at my job. And even though I was working with my dad in the family business, I wasn't fulfilled there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel you. But you made a move though. You know what I mean? And that's dope that you made. You made a move. But wait a minute, what made you said your mom was a notary public?
Yep.
So you was just sitting there on graveyard shift, and you was just like, let me see what they, how much they make, just out the blue.
The blue, I always wanted, like, to see the thing about it. I always wanted to start my own business, but at the time, I wasn't really confident in myself because I'm thinking like, all right, if I want to start a business, maybe I need to be in it. I felt like I wasn't innovative enough to create a product, or I didn't really know what service I wanted to do. So I was like, damn, like, what is it that I really want to do? Do I want to do a security guard business? Because I'm thinking like, all right, I got security experience. Maybe I can start a business where I can hire security guards. But then
Not
I'm
a bad
thinking about
idea.
it. Yeah, it wasn't a bad idea, you know, but at the time I'm thinking about it, I'm like, hold on, man. I'm already dealing with the bullshit that is with security. I can imagine when I gotta have 10, 15 guys under me and they dealing with the nonsense. And security is just like, you know, security guards, they ain't really treated that well. I mean, that's just off the rip.
Right.
I mean, you looked at as a rent a cop, then no, you don't get no kind of respect. And then that's the kind of industry where you really can't put hands on them, you know. Like if you're a bouncer, then yeah, you know. I mean, at night you can put your hands on them and all that, but during the daytime, please, man, you lose your job over there, especially here in California. So I was like, I ain't doing that. And so again, my mom, my mom was a notary, but she didn't do any assignments. I just knew that she was a notary. I say, wait, all you gotta do is stamp a document, and then I can get paid for that. So I was like, man, let me see how this works. And doing that research, man, I was looking up how much notaries get paid for hours worth of work. I'm like, wait, I can stamp a document and get paid $80 for hours worth of work, and I ain't gotta take pictures of no trash. I ain't gotta check no badges. I ain't gotta deal with no people like that.
On your own schedule.
On your own schedule. On top of that too. So for me, man,
it was like a
no-brainer. It was a no-brainer.
Get into that because
sure.
I'm like, I remember because I heard somebody, actually my dad is a notary public, and when I need stuff notarized, when I'm at the barbershop, I'll just be like, hey Pop, I need something notarized, and he'll just pull out his bag, sign it, do whatever you got to do and stamp it, and that's it. So I'm like, I wonder what the big deal about this notary thing. So I'm starting to get warmed up to it. Now my cousin says she was a notary. Then I came across Dre, and I was like, this notary thing keep popping up. So I tagged her. I actually tagged her in one of Dre's posts. I don't know if she followed up, but that's interesting. So when I remember as a notary I didn't know you can travel. So you're a mobile notary.
Yep, I'm a mobile notary. Then I have the notary agency as well. So the benefit to it, like you can have your own office, but for me, I ain't trying to sit in the office. I like exposure. I like to go out and talk to people. I like to go in different neighborhoods that I ain't never been in. I like to see how other people living, because when you're a mobile notary, like, you're dealing with a lot of people that, you know, whether they're refinancing their home, whether they take trust or will notarize, you come into their house. So sometimes I'll be going into these people mansions and all that, and that's the time for me to ask questions. Because I'm ambitious. I'm thinking big. I want to be where they be at, so I'm gonna go in there and I'm soaking up all the game I can get. It's like, man, how'd you get to this point? What did you do to get here? You know, what was your journey like, and all that? And all the people I was coming across, but it was just pretty cool, man. Just lacing me up with a lot of knowledge about the game. So it's like, man, this is just feeding the fuel to why it is very something where I'm looking for. It just further affirmed the decision that I made and started this business. So hell yeah, bro. It's not something that a lot of people talk about.
I know.
It's not really a sexy industry like that, but bro, people need to pay attention to it because it's a bag.
So that's where because you was leading me into my next question, what you were saying. You said you go around doing different things for people. What do people need notarized? Like, what is the need for a notary?
The need for the notary, let's say if you got the notary, their job is you're just an impartial witness to an official document. So pretty much that's exactly what the notary is. Let's say, for example,
say that again.
You're an impartial witness to an official document.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say, for example, like recently, I had a client who needed a private notarization. He had some type of business deal with a buddy of his, and he wanted to make that contract official. I just have to make sure he attaching it, whether a jurat or an acknowledgement. but you pretty much those are just notary forms that you use to make sure to make that document official. So let's say, for example, if they end up going to court or anything like that, they can, the dude want to contest the document and be like, "No, this document ain't even official." Well, like, no, it actually is official because you had a notary come by, you notarize the document, you subscribe, you subscribe. You took an oath and said that's your signature and then it's valid. So it holds up in court. So that's the need for a notary.
Any official document, a witness to any official document.
So if you need a will, you need a trust, whether it's a real estate related transaction, whether it's like a private business arrangement and you want to make that document official, you drew it up yourself or you had a lawyer draw it up for you, you can make it official by having a notary, meeting up with the notary, have them attach a jurat, attach an acknowledgement, just basically acknowledging that that's their signature, it's official, and that it's going to hold up in court in case it comes with any issues or anything of that nature.
Okay, that's dope. So it's a big market for a notary. That a lot of people, like you said, it's under the radar, bro. Like it's under the radar. What are the requirements to becoming one? Like,
so every state is different. I mean, I heard in Illinois, only thing you gotta do is literally just sign up and you're a notary just like that. I mean, that's just from what I heard. I don't know how accurate it is, but here in California, you have to do a 6-hour training. You pretty much just brushing up on your notary laws, what's allowed, what's legal, what you get fined, penalized for if you don't stick to the script. And after that, you have to do a proctored exam. So once you do the 6-hour training, you can do that at home, online training, especially with COVID. You can pretty much just sit at home, knock out that training. Once you complete that training, then the next step is that you got to take the proctored exam. So the cool thing about the proctored exam is once you schedule it and you actually go out there to do the exam, you're going to get a 90-minute refresher. And they just pretty much just refresh you on everything that you learned
before the test.
Exam. Absolutely. So they want you to pass. They want you to pass. And in a situation where it's like, all right, you pay for the exam, you take the training, all right, you got to do everything on your own. And then when it's time to take the exam, you take it. Like, no, before you take the exam, we want you to do a 90-minute refresher so you freshen up on your knowledge. And then we want you to pass it. Wow, so California, they lay it on the table for you out here in California.
All right, because that's makes me lead up to my next question is like, all right, so being that each state is different, you got to take an exam in Cali. In Illinois, you possibly just got to sign up. Yep. Is your services, can you take your services across state lines?
You can. So the difference is, if I'm a notary in California and I want to start doing a notary, if I want to provide a notary services in Arizona, I got to get commissioned in Arizona before I do any notary services. So let's say like me in California, I do a lot of notaries here in Northern California. But if I were to move down to LA or San Diego, I can still notarize documents because I'm still commissioned
still in Cali.
California. Yeah,
gotcha.
So, but it's the different steps that you have to go through as far as being a notary in different counties.
This episode is sponsored by the Breadwinner Society. See, during the pandemic of 2020, a lot of us became entrepreneurs and stock market investors. But one thing I noticed is that a lot of us are out here trying to do it on our own and be on an island. And that can be super frustrating. So what I did was I decided to create a community of like minds that can come together and discuss business ideas, investing ideas, trading ideas, pretty much more than your money's worth. So somewhere in the description, there's a link. Go ahead and click that link and come build a society.
So you don't have to go through the whole notary committee. You don't got to go through the exam and everything. We just got to sign up.
Different counties, not different states. Different counties too?
Yep, different counties, yep.
Okay. So that's where I guess the agency comes into play.
Yeah, so with the agency, you pretty much, the agency is I recommend everybody start their own notary agency because one, I could work nationwide. I can do this nationwide.
That's where I'm saying, like, that's where the agency comes in. Like, so if you got an agency and you got other notaries that work for your agency, they don't have to be commissioned in the county or those stipulations that you were saying, right?
So let's say, for example, me, the agency here in California, right? But if I have a client that needs a document notarized in Texas, I have to specifically work with notaries that's commissioned in Texas, because I can't have a notary that's in Florida trying to stamp a document in Texas.
Right.
They're not gonna recognize it. They're just gonna reject that document. So they have to be commissioned in that state where the document needs to be notarized.
That's crazy. So you can build out your agency with somebody from each state in the country.
Yes, sir. And you can do it, and you can do it from the comforts of your home, man. Only thing you need is a laptop, Wi-Fi, and a smartphone.
That's deep. That's bars right there, because my wheels got to turning, because I'm like, wait a minute. So if you got the agency, you don't have to be in each state. You can just have somebody in each state. Basically duplicate yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah, as long as they commission, as long as they got that, they insured, they got the Arizona emissions coverage, and they bonded, they all good, bro. As long as you vet them, because it's really important that you vet the notaries, because some notaries are not really, they do it part-time. They may not be experienced in handling a power of attorney or handling a will or trust, but they just may be experienced in just handling real estate documents. So it's very important to just vet them, vet what their experience is in handling certain documents. As long as the client is requesting a certain document to be notarized, and you already got a preferred list of notaries who's well experienced in handling those documents, reach out to them. Say, hey, I got a signing available at such and such time. Fee is $125. Are you available to assist? If they say yes, cool. Have them reach out to the signer to confirm the time and address of the appointment. That's that.
Damn. So you got a database.
Yeah, you definitely got to have a database for sure. But there's other directories that you can use. So if you don't have, like, if you first starting out, obviously when you first start out, you're not gonna really have a large database, but there's directories where you can go through. So you can either use Notary Cafe, you can use.
Hold up now, because I know you want to get a sauce up, because that's leading me. See, you know, it looked like you done read my questions, bro. Like, don't you got a course or something?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got the Smart Notary University.
Yeah, tell them about the course, man. How could they learn about it?
Yeah, man, the Smart Notary University, man, it's just a collection of educational content that I put together just for teaching people how to get into the industry. So I'm not a vendor. Where I can actually teach you the laws and everything, how you can get your license. I let the vendors do that. Once you go through the vendor, you get commission and everything. Then you want to tap in with the Smart Notary University, where I pretty much teach concepts that you can use so you can build a solid foundation in your notary business. If you're doing strictly just loan signings, whether you're refinancing your home, whether you take out a home equity line of credit, you're purchasing or selling a home, I have a pretty much four videos of just all those sample documents, and I pretty much just teach you how to explain the purpose of those documents. Because let's say, for example, you purchasing a home, right? These documents, they may be like over 150 pages. How would you feel if somebody sat in front of you and handed you 150 pages and said, here you go, and expect you to sign it? When you at least want to have somebody explain it to me, like, bro, this is like the biggest financial transaction I'm probably gonna make. Can you at least explain to me what I'm signing? So now as notaries, they gotta be knowledgeable. I pretty much teach them how to explain the purpose of those documents. And then once you learn how to do that, then we got the Smart Notary Money, the hybrid model course. Now, this is just teaching you how to build that solid foundation through working with signing services and then working directly with title companies as well. So it's gonna help you get a bag in the notary game. And then I got we got a book on the way that's gonna be coming out next week, How to Make Money Without Stamping. And this is the ebook on how you can start your own notary agency. Yeah, so tap in www.smartnotaryuniversity.com.
Bars. So get commissioned.
Yep.
Come tap in with you.
Yep. Get commissioned. Yep. Get commissioned as a notary public, and then get your loan signing agent certification. I forgot to leave that out. So in order for you to do loan signings, loan closings, you do have to have your loan signing agent certification. At least you do here in California. If you do that, tap in with me. Tap in with the Smart Notary University. And also the benefit to working with me as well is, like, I like to make sure notary, not only you knowledgeable, you getting the education, but I'm gonna actually put you out there in the field if we have an assignment available, so I can actually put some money in your pocket, because I'm not one of those kind of people where I'm just teaching the concepts and just teaching things on theory. It's like, no, right. I'm gonna teach you these concepts, and I'm gonna actually put you in a position to make some bread as well. So Y'all listening, tap in with me.
That's fire, man. This is crazy. Like the pandemic brought a whole lot of hustlers out of people. Like I don't know if it had to be. You can't. I say it made the cream rise to the top because it's a lot of people that came out of this as entrepreneurs. A lot of new entrepreneurs, man. This energy is contagious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling this era that we in. How could people tap in with you on social media before we get out of here?
Yeah, tap in. I'm always on Twitter. Twitter Stamper Notary. You can tap in with me on TikTok. I'm starting to grow that up. I'm starting to grow that a bit. That's taking a minute. Stamper signings.
What you say? TikTok?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I gotta get that TikTok down too, man. You ain't the only one, bro. You ain't the only one.
Crazy. The engagement is crazy on TikTok, so I'm trying to be more active on there.
Yeah.
Instagram, Rafaniel. That's Rafanyo, and I tap in with our business page, which is Stamper Notary. So the name of the company is Stamper Signings, but the username is called Stamper Notary as well. We also on Facebook. If you're a notary and you're looking to work with a notary agency that's going to put money in your pockets, that's not going to see no lowball offers, I do my very best to pay notaries between 120, but between 100 and 150, depending on what the assignment is. Tap in with the Stamper community. I'm always in there posting assignments, posting some encouraging words to make sure we all on top of our business. And yeah, man, Twitter, IG, Facebook, tap in with me on TikTok as well.
Hey, so not only for the students, but what if people needed things notarized? They can get in touch with you the same way?
Yes, sir. Tap in with me. You can schedule an appointment with us through Stamper Signings. We one of the very few companies that make the scheduling process very easy. Most days, most people don't want to talk on the phone. They don't want to be asked a bunch of questions. I make it very easy for you. Just go to www.bookanotary.io. And from there, we only gonna ask you 7 questions. After that, book your appointment. We'll schedule a notary. We'll have them reach out to you to set up to schedule the time and the appointment, and you all set.
Yeah, man, we don't like to talk on the phone.
Nobody ain't trying to sit there and talk on the phone. And then in this day and age, the notary game is all about speed. So if you're not answering that phone, if you're not reaching out to them right away, they're gonna go on to the next one. So I try to make it very easy for you. Just again, go to www.bookanotary.io, book your appointment, and then we'll handle the rest. We make it very easy and very convenient for you.
Fire. Man, I appreciate you coming in here, giving the people this game, man, because you even gave me a better perspective of what's going on in the notary game. And now my antenna's up, bro. So I appreciate you.
Start that notary agency, man, because one of the benefits to this business, bro, is, it allowed me to buy my time back. Bro, I used to really, in the beginning of building a notary business, because I had quit my job. My notary business wasn't really popping like that. And I had to do Uber and Lyft for a good minute, just to make sure I put food on the table. And I spent a lot of time on that road, man. I didn't even see my kids. And the only time I see my kids was in the morning just to take them to school. Now, man, I get to see my kids wherever the hell I want and still be able to get these notary signings. I still get these documents notarized and still create opportunities for the notaries as well, bro. So start that notary.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about, man. I'm gonna definitely look further into it, man. But yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate you, man. And for people that like this video, hit the like and subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell for more game like this. Bro, appreciate you, man. I'm gonna see you on the next one, you heard?
Yes, sir. Tap in with me.
Peace.